They're all fired up. We're almost underway. Get ready. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Starts with a jump. Counter hit throw there. Player 2 has the life lead. Now they get pushed into the corner, where it's going to be very difficult to escape. What's the play here? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. All right, what's coming up next? Stops the attack by using the drive pair. Parries the attack. Neither of them willing to back off here. Gets the jump in. Jumps, grabs him. One shot, in there. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Controls the distance with a smart kill rush back. The jump in catches them. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Both fighters want to escape, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Now, can they finish the job? Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Uses the target combo as a filler. Hammers them with a Psycho Blitz. Burnout activates. What's next? Ooh, what a smart blow. Taking chunks out of each other. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Raises with power win. Shoots off a fireball up close. Starts with a jump in. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. What are they thinking here? Player 2 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Opts for the throw. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Can't tech the throw? Alright, what's coming up next? Throws him. What's next? The jump in is denied. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. Long low attack hit. Hits them with a 1-2-3. You see that? Slips through the opening for the KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Raises with power win. The jump in catches them. Very solid corner shot. Hammers them with a beats it up with a combo into super. Flashes the super. This could either seal the deal or it could come back to bite them. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Drive gauge gapping. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Create the low kick hits. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink for solid anti-air? Pokes with a kick. Closes it out. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
HP maxed, side quest done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Throws him down. Checks with the projectile. Backs them into the corner. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Their life is looking critical, and they can't rely too much on drive either. Neither of them willing to back off here. Ends with a projectile. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and far. Big opening ready to be taken advantage of after that parry. The attack is parried. Throw misses. Peppers them with a cycle blitz. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Nice parry. Goes for hits them with a stop and pop. Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Going in? Yo, put that away. Player 1 will look to a burnout. Did they mean to do that? Fires a power wave. KO. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Uses the target combo as a filler. Goes to the overdrive. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gunshot. Player 1 in that dangerous burnout state. Still slugging it out here. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Pressuring them in the corner. Takes a trip. Both players with no drive in the tank. Gets the jump in. Life lead opens up. Gets. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Experiencing burnout. Just out of range for that throw. Player 1 has an empty drive. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. Still scrapping for control of the space. Hits them with a stop and pop. Peppers them with a cycle flip. Quick breather. So going on the offensive? Player 1 has a chance to win the round if they can crown them from above. This is gonna hurt. Connects with the throw. Excellent block. They're in range. We gonna see a jump in? Just what they were after. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starts in solid anti-air. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Big throw. Throws them. All in with a rough. Risky up close smart play to stop the opponent. Player 2 has a big drop. This is gonna hurt. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? Sets up with the jump in. Target combo into. All the throw connects. Both sides getting ready. Wheel. They're just gonna go for it with the super.
What?
Reaches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
Here comes a new challenger.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business.
그래요. 거긴
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move.
맞아. 진짜.
It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner.
나이스 봐.
Starts off zoning with fireballs. The fighters are at a standstill. What's going on through their heads? Super meter is looking bare right now. Will they try to hang back to stock up or continue fighting? No good up high. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. Player 1 has them legit shook in the corner. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. The jump in catches them in a dire situation. Gets them. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Looks like they want to establish a rhythm with their ground game and fireballs. Good hit. Will this super art connect? The super doesn't hit. Player 1 chases them down. Ryuenbu. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Big throws. Blocks it. Player 1 holding on to that corner advantage. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect! Player 1 took no time to finish that fight.
Here comes a new challenger.
Y'all better have your Sunday's best on because it's time for business. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Tries to bait him with the projectile. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. There's a corner switch. An aggressive attack. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Both fighters are sitting on a full drive gauge. This might be prime time to let it rip. What's the play here? They knew that throw was coming. Checks that jump in easily. Now they can go on the offensive. All right, what's coming up next? Gets back into the corner with pressure building. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead opens up. The burnout! Expect the 10 ends with the projectile. Player 1 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Overdrive art delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 1 chases them down. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Going in, looks to drop him to earth. Gotta be careful not to whip at this. Burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Big throw. Quick breather. Uses the gauge for a super arm. The super doesn't hit. And they quick throws them. Grabs and throws them away. Throws a projectile to zone the opponent. Counter sets the table. Amazing. All the throw connects. Player 1, this is gonna hurt. Gets the counter hit and the win. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. They are letting it fly from the get-go. Ryuenbu lights them up. This can lead to some big damage. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Curls them from above. Overhead. Jumps. All the throw connects. What's next? They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Shoryu engine gives them the business. Saw that coming. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Throws them to start the corner pressure. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player one has used up all of their drive and adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Gets a crucial back throw in. Life lead opens up. Quarter makes it get some. Player one on the board first with the win. He'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jumping. Charges forward. The attack is parried. Checks him with a projectile. Long low attack hits. Breaks the block with a throw. Experiencing burnout. Flying through the air with the greatest of ease and hits him with a Chohisatsu Shinobi Bachi. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Sets up with the jump in. We have Super Archon closes with the throw. Hitting him with a smart stuff. Player one took no time to finish that fight.
Chun-Li. Ken. Chun-Li. Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. What's the play here? Player two in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Oh, burnout on both sides? They block the overhead, and throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Timely side switch picks the air throw. Player one needs to use they get the win by sustaining good corner pressure and not giving them any breathing. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Can't tech the throw? Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Bull Game takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Will this super art turn up the heat? Player one will look to apply pressure here. We have a super art on deck. Expected burnout activates. Going in, player one in dire straits with burnout. Side switch in the corner. Yet Hazatsu still scrapping for control of the space. Player the corner throw ends it. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open, but this is gonna hurt. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Jumps in, sets up with the jump in. Okay, this unleashes some big damage. Raw super art incoming. Excellent read. What were they thinking? Play throws them. What's next? Target combo into vintage. Oh, burnout. Big flatliner. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Rattles them with a spinning bird kick. Burnout activates. Follows up and tags on the lightning kick for Rock. Player one chases him down. The throw connects for counter hit damage. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Slight miscalculation. calculation on the air throw spaces. We are near the end of the round. Can either fighter KO? Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Good job.
A brave forward jump there to start. Follows up and tags on the lightning kick barrage. They hit each other. A parry? Hammers them with a psycho blitz. Player one will burn out. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Big opportunity now in this corner. Goes for the jump in. Grabs and throws him away. The post counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Psycho blitz wakes them up. Are we gonna see a comeback here? You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Big drive gauge different here. Action on the gauge right there.
Oh, 加赞。
Player one is a force to be reckoned with.
Kim
天天蹭饭。
动不动就要把我打成，谁受得了？
因为你还是把我打残的那位。
放屁呀！
This is gonna be a 5-star match.
我才是被你们打残的吧？
To be made. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Jump in finds the mark. Combo with the target combo. Takes a trip. Neither of them willing to back off here. The jump in catches them.
哦，那真的好痛。
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? This may be it. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Sneaks in above. Nice read with a cannon spike. Player 1 will need to play it to hit them with a stop and
Ooh.
Gotta be careful not to meet them air to air. Chases them down. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Both fighters planning something? Throws them away. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Throws them. Jumps in. Busts out the parry.
Ooh.
Player 2, there's a drive in back. Super hard to show off what a PhD and fighters can do for you. And it is on. Medium kick meets them air to air. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Nothing stops this train. What's next? This is gonna hurt. There's a burnout. All the throw connects. Both sides. Burns out.
Ooh.
Oh my God, what's gonna happen?
Oh.
Player 2
Oh.
clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's
超痛。
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Still very early in the round. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Combo with the target combo. Get some.
你起，
Player two on the board first with the
气
win.
挡不
They
了。
want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in to start the round. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? The Gladius blows them away. Medium kick hits. Still slugging it out at this range. Breaks the block with a throw. Jump hits the air throw. Knockdown and goes with the safe stuff with that going on the offensive. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. Turning it right up with a super. Chases them down. What's next? Any mistake, there's a burnout. Player two, what a
Well, come.
finish. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
来，别停啊！等等。我去了模式。要。你要，你暂停，然后我瞄起。
Here comes a new challenger.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? The drive parry was successful. Player one chases them down. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective gameplay. Player one is in burnout. Drives off the table. Picture perfect punish count. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Player one has completely used up, looking to impress with this super. Still slugging it out at this range. Oh, they can't ignore that super gauge gap. KO! Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Immediate jump baits out the attack and gets the punish count. Cycle throws bringing a flurry of pain right to their doorstep. How with burnout activates. Checks with a medium. Checks them with a projectile. Hustles in. Flip charges forward. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Big throws them. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Grabs and side switch. Chases them down. Scuffle. Either fighter can use drive net. Sticks out a kick. Closes it out. Woo, I dare you to find me a better match. Get up and tell him what's good. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Burnout is triggered. Still slugging it out here. What are they thinking here? Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Taking stock. Player 1 chases them down. In a dire situation, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw soup KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Opts to create space to start. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Psycho Flicker finds them all. Jump? Smart play with the throw. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 is what charges forward. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Medium kick. Experiencing burnout. Breaks the block with a throw. A quick breather. Still slugging it out at this range. Blocks the low kick. Oh, burnout triggered. Connects with medium kick. Draw super hard incoming. More fuel to the fire. Cook them up. Quite excellent read. What were they thinking? Flatline zone. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
Yeah.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. Player 1 in their dangerous burnout state. All right, player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. Impacts a no-go. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 creates a good corner.
Oh,靠！那么
Player
凶。
2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming, throws them to negate the block. Medium kick hits, sees it coming and blocks it out. Grabs them, knockdown, and looking for a chance. Burnout activates. Both fighters planning something? Player experiencing burnout. This is a in there. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Sonic Blade adds a bit of OD spice. Jumps up, there's a burnout. Connects with the throw. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Got him up against the wall and the stun is there. Oh, the throw connects. Okay, here we go. Drops him hard. Gets the counter hit. What's next? They've got him out. Oh, here's the rush. Forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. Excellent read. Player sets up with the jump in. Ooh, crushes the shins. Player 2, can you breaking them shins with the low heavy? Taking jump. I called it. I called it. It is over.
痛啊，那一招啊！
Is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Sonic Blade's a fish for a reaction. The fighters continue to check each other in the early going. All right, what's coming up next? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Responds to the jump with one of their own to drop. The low kick connects. Oh! Long low attack hits. Holds out with the block. Taking stock. Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Throws them to negate the block. They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Heading into the end game, there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. So little life left. This is a critical point of the round where they just KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night.
잠시요.
Sneaks in above. Who's going to start things off? Reverse spin kick? Neither of them willing to back off. What'll happen here? Player on super art? Sonic break. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Player two can't use any drive moves. Burnout activates. Then, burnout triggered. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Their space high kick to let them know. Sets up with the jump in. Both fighters planning something? The low kick hits. Player one uses that wall pressure. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gunshot. Low heavy. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Neither of them willing to back off. All right, what's coming up next? Burnout is triggered. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. What'll happen here? Low heavy for the win. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Knockdown. This is gonna be bad news. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Going in, sets up with the jump in. KO! That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Burns the drive gauge. Blocks the jump in. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Spends a little drive gate, big trouble here. The stun is going to leave them defenseless. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Neither of them willing to back off. Grabs them. Taking stock. Next hit will end the round. Projectile to try and change the situation. Heading into the end game KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes for the jump in to start the round. Gets the knockdown, and now, big throws. Player one will need to do a better job of utilizing their drive gauge if they want a different result than last one. Peppers them with a Psycho Blitz. Player 1 will... Oh, burnout triggered. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player 1 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. The low kick hits. Ooh, what a smart throw. Both fighters planning something? Grabs and throws them away. We're near the end of the... Tries to make something happen with an overdrive art. What are they gonna do? Okay, here we go. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in. Who will come out on top in this final round? The low. Any throw will whip. The low kick hits. Stacking things in their favor with solid punches. Player 2 needs to take advantage of this gauge to spin. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Both sides get it clutch, anti-air. High kick to let them know. Flatline zone. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Starts with a jump in. Low heavy. The low heavy hits. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Knockdown. Gets the knockdown, and now both fighters are trying to decide their next move. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble here? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Medium kick hit, gets him. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Oh, burnout triggered. Still very early in the round. This fight is just unbrushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Grabs and throws them away. What'll happen here? Sobot will hit him down. Their life is Hank knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Quick breather. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Doing some quick planning? Crowns him from above. Defies gravity with a reverse spin kick. Player 1, the low kick hits. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. There's a drive impact. Both sides getting ready. What a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? This is it. Who's gonna take it all? Medium kick hits. Peppers them with a Psycho Blitz. Player 2 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. But willing to risk it for the overdrive. Player 1 is in the overhead denied. Breaks them. Player 2 may be able to pull a fast one, especially with the super art ready. Dangerous range here. Sonic Blade to steal a turn. Boom! Changes the pace with the fireball. The practice building now that Psycho Cannon is out. Breaks it. What were they thinking? Throw tech. They are not getting close to each other. Sonic Blade for some cover fire. There's a burnout. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Sonic Blade to steal a turn. Can they use their drive to stage a comeback? These fighters are swinging for control. There's a drive impact. Super art to show what a PhD and fighter can do for you. I can't links it. They're recovering.
不说。
fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Drives and back misses. Drive time. Oh, burnout triggered. Early round decisions are so important to set the tone. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Lays on the pressure with the projectile. Player two, Chase, this is going to hurt. This is a huge chance to make a steal. Throws them to negate the block. Neither of them willing to back off here. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Life lead opens up. Knockdown. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. All right, what's coming up next? Cleans up the round, ending it with a powerful drive impact. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Overdrive art. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Still scrapping for control of the space. This is the ideal range to utilize the fireball game. Both fighters planning something? Somersault kick. Quick breather. Sneaks in above. Burnout activates. Jump? This is gonna hurt. Boom! Both sides get an impact. Squash. Player one all in with a rush. Player closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Who will come out on top in this final round? Crowns them from above. Drive parry. Perfection. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super. More fuel to the fire. Comes them up. Get the full hit for the cycle hit. Didn't anyone tell you? He's tenderized. Oh, here we go. In with the rush. Throws them. Player two. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Okay, here we anti-air in the clutch. Low heavy. Oh my god, what a throw tech. Connects with the throw. Take a seat. Player two can't use any drive boost. Gotta play it safe. Amazing. Oh my god, what's gonna happen? Looking for a hole. Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. I called it. Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? That was Good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Blanca. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Nice counter. Smart play there. Goes for the surprise rush in. Charges in with authority. Gets the jump in. Well-timed command throw there. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag him with something. Taking stock. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. Gets him. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Nice, perfect parry there. What'll they do next? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player one kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Anti-air drops him. Brings out a bomb.
와.
That combo did decent damage. Here comes the just goes for it at this range. Cycle Storm's bringing a flurry of pain right to their doorstep. Then throws them away. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The command grab doesn't make it. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player one will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Now they get pushed into the corner. It adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Throws them to negate the block. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Heats it up with a combo into super. With the life gap opening, delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player two can't afford mistakes without that drive gauge. Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Neither fighter can land a deciding hit. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. The jump comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The grab misses. Player one steals it back. They're in the groove now, and they're gonna need to keep it up. Jumps in. A trade, but they're not worried. Big throw. What'll happen here? They quickly get back into the court. Oh, burnout triggered. Player low heavy. The low. Hit them with a 1-2-3. What's going on the offensive? Shakes things up with a fireball. Flatlines them. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight? All right, first round. What's going to happen? Parries the jump in to shut it down. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. The throw misses. Player two is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Gets back into the corner with pressure building. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Sets the bomb off to shake them up. Where is their opening? Time's the only thing moving here. The kick hits! Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Shoots off a fireball up close. Big counter. Blocks it. Still slugging it out at this range. Pokes with a medium kick. Both fighters have plenty of drive to work with, but how they make their approach will be key. One mistake here is all that's needed to finish. Ooh, this could be something. Player two is working with a better game, experiencing burnout. Player one in dire straits with burnout. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Oh, with a no throw. Anti-air in the clutch. A real test of nerves here. Flatline zone. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. No more drive gauge. Starts off zoning with fireballs. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? Player one in that dangerous burnout state. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Holds out with the block. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Knockdown. Recovers from burnout. Can't tech the throw. There's the life gap opening up. They need to lean hard on their drive usage. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. KO. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jump in. Goes for the jump in. They're jostling for the dominant position in the takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Player one is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Jump. A quick breather. Smart play with the throw. Doesn't miss a beat. Will that parry change the momentum of this match? Oh, the throw connects. Oh, burnout triggered. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player two, it pumps the brakes on the impact. What now? Sets up with the jump in. Player one can't afford mistakes without that drive. Hits that with confidence.
Oh.
This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Closes it out. Player two gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Going on the offensive. Holds out with the block. Shoots off a fireball up close. The throw hits. Now the fun begins. No good up high. Counter hit throw there. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? This is a gigantic life who parries the jump in to shut it down. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. A brave forward jump there to start. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Throws them to negate the block. Bops them with a target combo. Not shy with the grab. Risky up close scrap still going. What'll happen here? Charges forward. Throw escape. Throw miss. Ends the meter. Hoping for a good return. Going on the offensive? Big opportunity. This can lead to some big damage. Player burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to change. Big time win. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Barely blocks the jump in. Player two. Ooh, what a smart throw. Both fighters planning drops them. Player one has depleted their drive game, but they are still within range to win this round. The drive game gets the tip with the low heavy. Player one is a force to be reckoned with.
Duty. Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Player 2 has the life lead. There's a punishment.
Oh.
This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Knockdown. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Perfect time to spend the meter. Will this super art connect? Stops the attack by using a drive kick. Alright, what's coming up next? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Connects with medium kick. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punishing. Player 2 with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Gets the jump in. Goes to the overdrive. Smart throw. That'll do more damage than usual. Big opportunity coming. Hits him with a stop and block. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Going in. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Grabs and throws him away. A super art. Goes for the Sakai Kuazan. Vintage Jury. Player 1, they're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Hammers them with the cycle blitz. Attempts to break the stalemate with the fireball. Loads up a bump. Amazing. Both fighters are hurt, burn out, but they may have a what a finish. Woo, I dare you to find me a better match than that. Get up and tell them what's good. We're finally ready to begin this long-awaited fight. Our players look primed and ready. They are not afraid to let the overdrive art fly, even when their drive gauge isn't topped off. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Gets the jump in. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover, or are they in trouble? Will this super art connect? Starting something with a super. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Saw them sweating against the wall and gets in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Projectile to try and change the situation. Parries the projectile, experiencing burnout. Player 1 chases them down. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Super clutch hits him with a stop and bop. Anthony! Knockdown and... Are we gonna see a comeback here? Sets up with the jump in. Connects with the throw. Player 2 reads the jump in and shows some disrespect with that invincible special. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Jumps up. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Burnout is triggered. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Taking stock. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 1 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Sneaks in the throw. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Changes the pace with an air-to-air. Anthony burns the drive gauge. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Breaks the block with a throw. Takes the opponent out of the air. This is a chance to dictate the pace. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Clutch, anti-air. Throws him. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Just goes for it at this range. Dangerous range here. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Hits the drive. The last round. Hammers him with a sudden blitz. This is gonna hurt. Crowns him from above. A jump. This can lead to some big damage.
老鼠吧。
Here with anti-air in the clutch. Both fighters drive kick sets up with the jump in. All the throw connects. Player one, they're just gonna go for it with the super. One player isn't hurt. I called it! I called it! Sakai Buatai! I can't believe it! They think this time the Mario
我靠！为什么啊？
Player
我
two
不是挡了吗？
gonna be watching replays for this one.
想说挡下来没事情了。
Here comes a new challenger.
没气吗？
We're in for something special right here, right now. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. No go for the throw. No good umpire. Their drive gauge was running low, but they use an overdrive art anyway just to show they're not gun-shy. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Whiffs the throw. There's a punishment. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Nails the anti-air. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Jumps up. Takes him all the way to the corner with that. Who will capitalize on an opening first? Threads it cleanly. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Grabs him. Player one did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Hammers them with a Psycho Blitz. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. They were right to be on guard there. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. Throws them. Going in. Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Notice the corner throw ends it. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves.
Julie!
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Goes air to air. Gonna pay for telegraphing that jump in. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Denies the attack and anticipates the overhead. No good on fire. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Will this super art connect? Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How's this round going to develop? I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Alright, what's coming up next? Player one creates a good gets. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Steps back to start things off. Stops the attack by using the drive pair. Both fighters want to establish themselves early on. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player one can't use any drive moves without burning out. Uses the gauge for a super art. Goes for the Sakai Fuhasan. Vintage jury. Player burnout activates. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Connects with medium kick. Sets up with the jump-in. Okay, here we find the target. Player one needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Anti-air in the clutch. What's next? Denied. Keeps cool and knocks them out. Flatlines them. Player one is a force to be reckoned with.
Marisa.
gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Jump in, finds the mark. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Player one is using their drive liberally. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. This is the range where things get messy. Can they use this super art connect? Player one chases them down. Gets the jump in. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Takes a trip. This is a critical point of the combo. You just need to go for it. Player two can't use any more. Burnout activates. In there. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Immediate jump in. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Combo with the target combo. Pushing through with the gladiator. Going in. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Scrapping. They're going for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Knockdown and gives the ribcage some TLC. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Jumps up. This unleashes some big damage. What's next? A back roll for damage and vital positioning. Getting up close and personal. This is gonna hurt. Low heavy. Flatline zone. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump in. Medium kick. Player two managed their drive gauge well to create lots of opportunities for themselves. Let's see if they can maintain this rhythm. Taking chunks out of each other here. Okay, here we go. Sets up with the jump in. Oh, yo! Raw super here. Raw super hard incoming. Gets it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Super. That all in with a rush. Low heavy. Player one needs to take advantage of this gauge. Oh, burnout. Did they mean to do that? Both sides getting ready. There's a burnout. I called it. I called it. Two fall. Genius read with that throw escape. It is over. Player one was definitely sweating during that well-earned win.
Round one.
It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. From upstairs. Burnout activates. Player one needs to deal with this burnout. All right, what's coming up next? Player two chases them down. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireballs. Taking stock. Life lead opens up. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Combo with the target combo. Jumps. Both finishes with the throw. Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Goes for the jump into start. The next round is beginning. Puts the super armor to good use. Neither of them willing to back off here. The perfect parry. Player one has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Big opportunity now in this corner. Hits the back throw to get the sides. Connects with the throw. Super art on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Saw a super art. That's not gonna hit. The throw whips. What are they gonna do? Gives the ribcage some TLC. This could lead to some big damage. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Both fighters are hurting. What's gonna happen? Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. Denies the jump in attempt. Gotta hand it to both of them. Put on a real clinic for us.
你看魏赢的技巧。
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. That barely connected, but it still counts.
Oh, 你妹！
Time left. How's the match gonna play out? A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move, or you're gonna eat tons of damage. Player 1 has used up all of their drive gauge. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weaker. Somehow pushes back all the throws from the super art? Taking stock. Gonna pay for telegraphing that jump in. For the throw to close it out. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Pushing through with the Gladius. What'll happen here? Player 2 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Grounds them from above. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to draw super art incoming. Excellent read. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. The kick hits. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Bops him with a target combo. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. We're still in the early going, and it's really they timed that just right to get the perfect parry. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Reads their mind and techs the throw. Player 1 chases them down. Checks them with a projectile. Holds out with a block. Flies in with a cobra punch. Throws them to negate the block. Experiencing burnout. From upstairs. Very solid corner switch. Player 1 has depleted their drive game, but they are still within range to win this round. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Each hit is so important here. Jump. Misses the grab. Barely blocks the jump in there. Player 1 with a good start to the fight, but can they keep it up? Goes for the jump in to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now?
让打，先让打。来，一个走，来呀！
Player 1 chases them down. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital.
你
Full
肯定
SP meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. So, what's next? Opts to continue the attack with the drive. Halfway through this round. Looks like they both want to stay out of the corner. Jumps up. Uses the target combo as a filler. life lead is there, but still, and it crowns them from above. Both fighters are playing with a full deck of drive. They need to show their hand and do something with it. Oh, yo, Rock!
靠腰，
Decides to go with Cycle Storm to show them a good time. 20 seconds to go. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. Backdash to start. They're not taking any chance. Anti-air in the clutch. Player 2 needs to use the throw. Connects with the throw.
那给笑诶，
Grabbing all in with the rush. Both are ready to pull. Sick super overuse. Okay, here we go. Jump. Back into the corner. What setup do they have? In with the
靠
foul.
腰，
Dangerous range here. They're using a fireball to this can lead to some big damage.
来呀，
Up with the jump in.
再来呀
From，above. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? A jump in. This is gonna hurt. Throws. They gotta find something to work with here. Looking for a. Oh my God! Rock Super. It is over. Plays one. Made some smart moves. Great game.
真的是故意进来被他敲的。咦，反正已经死了。啊睡觉。